So assuming that the infrastructure bill passes, and I think we will see something get through. I think it's a pretty good, we don't know what exactly it'll be, but it's something I think we'll get through. We're still going to have some issues actually doing some work. I mean, we're looking at inputs right now that lumber, steel, those prices are going through the roof. It's starting to peak and come down some, getting better, but we still have a ways to go. Certainly have labor shortages. Interest rates are going to be going up. So we have all these different pressures that we're seeing. What are you all, and maybe Sarah, I'll start with you. What's the AIA looking at on that, and what are you thinking about doing?
Well, I can tell you on lumber, we've already engaged pretty actively on that. In terms of the lumber shortage and the lumber pricing issues, we have met with HUD already on that issue, sent a letter to them as well to talk about rental space, affordability, and stock, building stock, and how this is impacting all of it. They've been very receptive to that. We've also reached out to industry groups, the manufacturers, to find out what is going on, and we've basically been told it's not that there's a shortage of the product, it's a shortage of getting it to market, you know, the actual transportation to and from point of delivery. So we've leaned in on that, tried to keep members educated on that issue. With regard to steel tariffs, obviously we did weigh in on that. AIA, however, has a position of one of product neutrality, in that we really can't endorse a product or oppose a specific product, but we certainly can talk about its impact if there's a shortage and there's supply issues. So that's generally our take on that issue. But I know AGC's also been active in the tariff.
Yeah, and on the steel and aluminum tariffs, you know, we've opposed them from the get-go. We've spoken to the White House, the Economic Council, and had talks with Vice President Kamala Harris's chief economist, the chief economist at the Commerce Department, talking about the impacts that these tariffs are having and the reality of its impact on the marketplace. And I don't really see them necessarily changing, because so many of those tariffs are placed on China, and I remember I said politics dictates policy. It's going to be really hard for President Biden to remove tariffs on China, and then all of a sudden he's weak on China. So it's an issue when you think about that.
Right. Yeah, and we're in a position that, I mean, there's a lot going on up there, and the president, I think, is really, he needs a win. And I think that this infrastructure bill could obviously be a big win. I mean, he has, no, with Afghanistan going on, the immigration at the border, looking at inflation. I mean, there's a whole lot of different things going on, and he really needs a win. So that's where I even think more so that we're going to get some kind of infrastructure bill.